Election is tomorrow, and we have 24 hours until things could potentially get really crazy in our country. And here are 5.5 things that you need to be doing in the next 24 hours to make sure that your family is safe and that you are fully prepared for the civil unrest, the chaos, the uncertainty that is facing our country. Hi, my name is Jeremy, and if you're new to the channel, I'm all about keeping your family safe and prepared during uncertain times. I'm a father with 2 young children, and I know exactly what it takes to make sure that your family has peace of mind, especially during emergencies. We've been through hurricanes where we've lost power, not the most recent ones that North Carolina faced, but in New Jersey. We've also seen just times of food shortages, panic in the stores where people were literally freaking out around us during COVID. And so we want to make sure that we pass on the knowledge that we've gained over the last few years to those that may be new to prepping or those preppers that are just looking for another couple of tips to make sure you're ready for tomorrow. Number one thing to be ready for tomorrow is your food, right? So all of this food behind me didn't happen overnight. And some people might call it a wall of worry. I like to call it a labor of love. But to look at your food that you have in your home and what holes do you have? You know, do you need more pasta, beans, rice? You know, if you've got kids, hamburger, well, hamburger helper, they love it. It's, yeah, you know, it's okay. But it's something that'll keep them happy. And, you know, happy wife, happy life. Well, happy kids, happy life. Okay, so let's be real. Screaming unhappy kids doesn't make you calm during this uncertain time. So making sure that you've looked through your food supply. You know, prices are high, so we've got to be mindful of what we're going to buy. And looking at, okay, say the next 30 days, if you had to bug in, what would you need to make sure that your family is well fed? The number 2 thing to take in mind for the next 24 hours is your water supply, right? So we all want to save the planet, you know, blah, 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 but bottled water is really cheap and effective for making sure that you stay hydrated and safe. The typical 40-pack of water that you get at a lot of the big box stores is about 5 gallons, if you do the math. And they say you should have 1 gallon per person per day. I think a little better is 2 gallons per person per day, not only for hydration, but sanitation, washing hands. You know, let's assume that the faucet stopped working, right? What are you going to do? It's better to have more than less when it comes to water. You can live without food for days. Water is another issue. The third thing we want to talk about is just medicine, right? So it's getting winter, the cold and flu season is upon us. You know, last year at the height of the cold and flu season, I went to Walmart to buy something and walked past the pharmacy section, and it looked like it had been picked clean. So you couldn't even go out and get some cold medicine if you needed to, or headache medicine or anything. Vitamins even were picked clean. And so just going ahead and buying that medicine you need right now is a great idea. You know, we've got 24 hours until uncertainty. Let's just be prepared. You know, medicine, over-the-counter medicine is going to last at least a year. So you're think about it, worst case, nothing happens, you've pre-bought your medicine. The fourth thing we need to do is top off the fuel in our gas tanks. So, you know, in New Jersey, when the hurricane hit, the gas stations are supposed to have backup power. Not all of them did. So it was really nail-biting sometimes to find gas during that time. And so just having the cars topped off is going to be a lot better and give you more peace of mind. Think about adding 5-gallon gas cans. The worst thing happens, nothing happens. Next week, you fill up your car from the gas cans, you pre-bought your fuel, bada bing, you're good. Another thing to think about is your tire pressure, right? So the low tire pressure affects your gas mileage. And with the colder weather, our tires have deflated a little bit. And so if you keep your tires properly inflated, you're going to get better miles per gallon. If you're trying to bug out of the city or suburbs, you know, having that extra few miles per gallon could mean the difference between life and death in extreme cases. So just for fuel economy and saving money in these kind of high price times, let's make sure we top off the air in our tires as well, not just the fuel tanks. The fifth thing we want to talk about today is just cash. Go to the ATM and get some cash on hand. It's better to have a few $100, $1,000 if you have it, than as a family man, that's, you know, a bit of a stretch, but just having some money on hand should anything happen. And not just hundreds, but 20s, 5s, 10s in case you need to make change. Worst case, there's no power. The stores will accept cash, but not credit cards. I mean, let's just be real. We're in uncertain times. We don't know what the future may hold. So let's be as prepared as possible in the next 24 hours. The last thing, you know, a lot of preppers will say, I got 7 things you got to do, 5 things, 10 things that you got to do before the election. Well, this is 5.5. And the half thing you need to do is take yourself about half as serious as you normally do. You know, prepping is a serious matter, and providing for your family is absolutely crucial because they are depending on you, especially if you have younger children, to be their provider and caretaker. So not undermining the seriousness of prepping and preparing, but take yourself a little less serious during the next 24 hours. Don't scream at your television, no matter who wins. Go for a walk. Find a little rest for mental health's sake. You know, exercise. You know, people that are as fit and as in shape as I am, we know how important exercise is. And so I would just say that getting that half as serious mindset kind of wrapped into what's going to unfold over the next few days, weeks, would help you immensely, not just in your physical supplies, but in mental health. So as a father, I also like to throw in a few dad jokes to keep the levity high and just, you know, so we can have some fun with this. And so I went to the doctor recently and I had broken my leg in 2 places. And my doctor said, well, stop going to those places. So another one that I like, and again, you can insert laugh track here, right? So is that, you know, that birthdays are really good for your health. Having birthdays makes you a healthier person because the more birthdays you have, the longer you live, right? Okay. Appreciate you making it to the end of this video. Please like and subscribe to our channel. If you're wondering what's up with the tinfoil hat, then watch the short I have coming out later today on, dude, what's up with the tinfoil hat? And that might explain all of your questions and comments. And please add comments below. If there are topics that you'd like to hear, if you hate the dad jokes, let me know. If you love the dad jokes, let me know. But again, as a father with 2 young children, I just know that Proverbs tells us the wise man sees trouble coming and hides, but the foolish man keeps going. And so we just want to be prepared for the worst case scenario, but we want to expect the best, prepare for the worst. This is the Tinfoil Hat Prepper out. We appreciate you watching. Stay ready, stay safe, and stay prepared. God bless.